So the mirror to get to the next area is sort of in the middle of this area. So I could have chosen either of the goddess statues to, you know, try to get my way back to that mirror, but I'm guessing this was probably the quicker of the two options. So in this game, unfortunately, there's not like a item I can put on that negates all status goddess elements. Not that it would make a lot of sense in this game, anyways, because I didn't really run into too many really harmful status effects until I got near the top. So. Anyways, we're gonna keep going. We're gonna hop in this mirror, and that'll move us to the next area, which is... It's mazy. We'll just put it that way. But it's not very long. It's a maze, but not a long area. While we make our way there, I will talk about something that by the time this episode comes out will have either been proven horribly wrong. Well, yeah, it'll be by this point. This will be so far in the by the time this episode comes out, this will be so far in the past that what I'm talking about can either be super creepy, truthful, or totally off base. We're about a week out from Christmas now, and they're predicting the possibility of some very heavy snows in the United States. Now, who's predicting this? Did I check the Weather Channel? No. Did I check my local news station? No. Am I some sort of, you know, soothsayer? No. There was a YouTube guy who is, I guess, some variation of a meteorologist, and he's looking at expected upcoming weather reports, and they're expecting a very large polar surge to come down from Canada and hit most of Midland United States. In addition, there's a low pressure system that's supposedly moving its way through the United States. So sometime around Christmas time, the 24th, 25th, we might have some combination of most of the Midwest to Northeast having sub-zero temperatures and the possibility of a 2-foot snowfall in or on Christmas Day. So I say that only because I eventually will want to make my way home, and if it happens to be on the happens to be any earlier than, let's see, Christmas falls on a Sunday, which makes 24th be a Saturday, so Friday would be the 23rd, and that would be the earliest I could get my ass to my house. So hopefully the snow does not hit my area or waits till at least the evening of the 23rd. So I don't have to worry about it other than to shovel it. I'd rather not shovel it at all, but, you know, it is what it is. So, whatever. My area handles snow pretty good, in terms of clearing the roads and that. But when you hit a certain point, I think every area is like they have an expected level of snow that they're able to handle. So, like for instance, if you're when you hit a certain point in the south, you know, they expect no snow and no ice. And, you know, basically their answer to snow and ice is, we don't have an answer to snow and ice. And in Pennsylvania, our answer to snow and ice is, well, we'll plow and salt. But when it gets below a certain temperature, salt doesn't do anything. And when the snow piles up too high, or it falls too fast, they don't know what to do with it either. It's just, it comes down too fast, and they don't have enough trucks or whatever to keep the roads unplowed. Or, you know, obviously they're more concerned with the highway system than they would be with, say, my little road that I need to get to work every day. So, you know, they rely on the townships to do that, and townships can't get out to their buildings to get their their trucks, then no, it's not getting done either. So, and I get it, it's all priority based. It's fine, it's not a big deal. But, you know, just sort of thinking in terms of like, well, everything's supposed to be normal all the time. There's not ever supposed to be a foot of snow that comes down overnight. Prevents me from getting to work the next day. That's stupid. Yeah. And Pennsylvania is definitely one of those areas, particularly the southern portion of the state of Pennsylvania, where you don't get as much snow as, say, above I-80, which is the route that we always talk about. Is it above I-80? You tend to get more snow if you're above I-80. But my point is, you know, there are vehicles that are 4x4, you know, vehicles, and then there are all-wheel drive vehicles. And I very much determined that unless you have a particularly bad winter, you're really only dealing with, at least in this area, you're only dealing with, say, about 5 to 10 bad road condition days that you're going to have to drive through. And again, those can vary. I mean, obviously, in a year where you don't get a lot of snow or much snow or any snow, you know, your bad snow day might be a couple inches of snow. You know, I think my worst one that I've had since I moved to my house was a little self-inflicted too. Instead of taking the highway, which is what I should have done, I took the byway, and I was the guy going up a hill super slowly. I'm guessing because he didn't want to spin out, which is great, but I kept getting closer and closer and closer to him, and I could not take my foot off my gas, because if I did, I wasn't going to finish making it up this hill. And luckily he turned off, and I was able to continue up the hill, but I was pretty sure I wasn't going to make it, because it's a pretty long hill. I'm too close to leveling up right now. I must have my health back. Even though I think we're past the enemies that are respawn if I don't have the silver bells on you, so I re-equip the silver bells, the whatever you want to call them, silver chimes, just to ensure that I don't have to kill things twice. Right, there's the level up. Excuse me. Another Panacea. This is the last Claire ore. Excuse me. Despite the fact that orange juice does not have a taste, it still does not agree with my stomach in the evenings. I tend to get burpy when I drink it. This is the boss. Excuse me, the boss door. So I'm gonna go spend my Clara ore and level up some bit, and then we'll come back to that door here in a moment. So, like I said, let's go spend the Clara ore, and then we'll come back. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah. Done, but I think your weapon has reached the upper limit. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Best of luck, Unica. Excuse me. So, like I said, I did a little leveling up here in this cut right here, and we're gonna go straight to the boss. Yeah. This is me initially being sort of cautious because I'm pretty sure that when I go through the mirror, I'm gonna fight a boss. But luckily, the game kind of gives me a, it's okay, Chris. Here's your save point. You don't have to be afraid of going through the mirror. You're fine. It did have to make an adjustment though. I had to put on my claw shoes because guess what? Claw shoes work good on slippery, icy conditions, which, guess what? Guess who I'm about to fight? We'll find out in a second, but yes, it is a boss we fought in the same area in Eastwan. We're just gonna have a little bit of a spin on that gimmick. Bap. Huh? No, I'm trapped. If the enemy attacks now, I'm done for. Unica! Roy. What a predicament you got yourself into. The simple magic cage, though, it don't wear out. It looks flashy, but I'll dispel it soon enough. It's okay, you don't have to. No problem. I'll call it even. After all, you saved me when I turned to stone. Come on, don't bring that up. Haha, right. We'll just get you out of there. Just what naughty boy you are, touching things that don't belong to you. You. Damn, you're the sorcerers who kidnapped Lady Fina. Went to a lot of trouble to lure this girl into the snare. She's my trophy. Anyone who tries to steal her will pay. Arrgh. Roy! Impressive. Most men would have abandoned the little chick and flee for their lives. She must be worth something to you. Wonder what it'll take to shatter you. Which will shatter first, you or this cage? You monster! Stop this, Roy. You have to run. You heard her. I wish you'd scuttle away with your tail between your legs. Think about it. The girl's so incomplete with magic, worth sacrificing your life for. She is. She can't use magic. You know as well as I do, or else she wouldn't have set this trap like this. Heh, she beat you once, the last time or other. Basically, he's saying, you know, you trapped her because you're afraid of her, because you know that she'll beat you. Heard enough of you. One last chance. Leave now or I will kill you. Please, no. Go, Unica. Don't you dare lose to the likes of her. So he breaks the spell and then he gets zapped. Roy! And he's pretty badly injured there. My, what a mess. If you only had magic yourself, would have just avoided that. Shut your damn mouth! Nothing but a coward, a miserable coward. Mind your tongue, you little bitch. Forgotten the shame I've endured. Lord Dalis ordered me out of Reyno's access. So, we got two very angry women who are gonna fight about the fact that, you know, they've been disrespected. You know? And we're gonna fight the fire monster and the ice monster again, except I don't have a fire sword. Well, I do, but I don't have a sword that's specifically fire-based. These are my precious ones, my most powerful familiars. Bring it on. I won't lose to a coward like you. So what we gotta do is we have to target down Zeva and knock her out of the sky and then do damage to her. Her little familiars are just gonna shoot ice and fire at me as I walk into their path. And then I'm gonna knock her out of the sky and do damage to her. And then when we get to half, excuse me, half health, she's gonna start merging with them. I use them sort of like as a shield to prevent her from taking damage. So it'll look more like the fight from East 1, but not exactly. So I can stun them, as you can see, but they don't stay stunned for very long. Usually, it's only for a few seconds. Okay, so I guess it's a little bit more than half health. But you can see the little blue stuff that revolves around them. And they flip-flop back and forth like they did in East 1. You do have to do a certain amount of damage before they will flip. And he loses one charge like that. So then she gets spit out on the other side. You can't see her, but... oh, sorry, I misplaced her again. She was actually to the bottom where I could have seen her had I actually paid attention. But I believe I still dealt damage to her, despite the fact that I didn't actually, like, find her and damage her. Yeah, it's dealing damage to this head also deals damage to her. A little bit, anyways. What I'm concerned about is, and this is why I put the boots on, is that now, because she sends the ice guy under, it creates an icy vortex, and I'm trying to stay away from the ice pillars that are appearing below my feet. And if you don't have the ice boots on to prevent you from slipping, it makes you take a lot of damage there, is what I'm trying to say. Because you're not course correcting fast enough when the ice pillars are hitting you and dealing damage. pusher. No, my familiars. No, how is this possible? Just a little girl. Those are my strongest creatures, but you're too late. The end is nigh. The demon essence has been made whole, Lord Daleth. Revive me. I'm gonna check on our boy now. That's a big pile of blood there. Roy, please speak to me. Unica. I'm so glad you're alright. How badly are you hurt? I'll call Father Superior. Maybe he can save you. Don't be an idiot. Look at me, I'm finished. Don't say that. Roy, please. Haha, you look miserable. You beat me, Unica. You're a better knight than I ever could be. Now just stop. Trying to cheer me up. You're playing Big Brother. Stop playing Big Brother for a change and let me grieve for you. Haha, can't help who I am. What's that? I was gonna give it to you when you were knighted. It's a gift. For me, yeah, I thought I'd wait until this whole thing was over. What are you doing? You can't be using up all your energy like that. You just have to lie still until help comes. Put all the magic I have left into it. Please use it well. You received the spirit necklace. But if you do that, it's okay. This is how it should be. Roy! You have to keep going, Unica. Don't ever worry that you can't use magic. Cry and shout and laugh. Don't lose that innocence that's your real strength. That's why I fell for... Bleh. He's dead. Roy. No, Roy. So, Roy is really dead. He's not anime dead, where at the end of the game he's gonna be like all bandaged up with the priest. He actually fucking dies right here. And when you get to the epilogue portion of the game, he is not there. He's not unconscious, is he? He was protecting me. Unica, will you see to him? I have to keep moving. Huh? My last wish, you wanted me to keep going no matter what. So if you please tend to him, I appreciate it. Alright, I won't stop you. You do what you gotta do. You always did see right through me. I knew you were gonna say before you said it. So, what's fun about that moment is, as I said about the alternate storylines, is if you're not playing as Unica, as the main character, then Roy doesn't sacrifice himself in that situation. Because it's a scripted event, as you may guess or know. Because it's a scripted event, that means that, yeah. That makes the ending kind of weird. So what ends up happening is here, I end up biting the bullet real quickly, because these guys are really strong, and I'm taking a lot of damage, as you can see, and then I die. And then I go and save, and then I turn the game off, get to re-record. So, when I see you guys next, I think I'll either, be on to the next last boss, or I may re-record that, I don't know, we'll see.